Hey parents, it's Amy. I just wanted to share with you a couple of updates about the youth ministry and some resources for you as parents as you seek to make disciples of your kids. First of all, let me share the story with you from this past weekend. So, as many of you know, I coach cross country at First Flight High School, and this past weekend I went to Cary with my team to compete in the Adidas Challenge Invitational. And from what we had heard, it was going to be an easy race. It was going to be fast, and we should expect to do our best in the entire season. We were wrong. It was a really difficult course that had two really large hills in it, including a really big hill at the end of the course at the finish of the race. So we've had a little bit of a rough season, particularly with our girls' team this year, because we only have one girl who's a returning member of our team. Several of our athletes decided to attend to the North Carolina School of Science and Math this year, and so we lost a lot of our older team members. So our oldest member on our team, Tatum, was running this race and just was really challenged by the hills that we were experiencing in the course. And then behind her, she said she heard these familiar footsteps that were just kind of a small, like, pad sound right up behind her that was really quiet. And she just knew that it was her friend Lily, who had transferred to go to School of Science and Math. And when Lily came up behind Tatum in the race, she said, "Let's run together." And so they finished the race together. And it was such a cool picture for me and a proud moment for me of what team can look like, what it looks like when we support one another and encourage each other, particularly in the tough parts of our lives when we feel like we're climbing uphill by ourselves. That's what our youth ministry is here for. We're here to help your kids feel like they're part of a team, that they have support, that they have adults and other students who are on their side, helping to encourage them in their daily lives and to encourage them in their relationship with Christ. So that when things are great or when things are difficult, they have people who are running right next to them saying, "Hey, can we run together?" That's what our youth ministry looks like. We want that same kind of support and encouragement for you as parents in your spiritual life. And so you've probably seen some of the information about our parent small group that's meeting on Sunday nights during youth group time from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Bird Street Beach Access. That group of people is just trying to run together and figure out what it looks like to parent our kids in the faith as they grow older and more independent, and as their faith becomes more independent. How do we help our kids continue to walk with Christ? What do we do when they're not? And just dealing with some of those issues together so that you all can feel supported as well. Lastly, I wanted to tell you about our series that we're doing in youth group for this month. We're talking about words of wisdom and looking at passages of scripture from wisdom literature in the Bible. So Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and looking to see what they say to us about the words that we use. Our words have great power. As Proverbs 18:21 says, our words have the ability to create life or death. And we want our kids to be countercultural because the culture they live in is full of cut downs, broken promises, people who say too much when they probably should keep their mouth shut. You know this. And our kids are living in that world. And the Bible shows us that there's a wiser way to use our words. So, one resource that I'm going to be giving you each week through our Remind text is I'm going to send you a Bible verse that's a picture that you can put as the background of your phone or as the lock screen on your phone, just as a reminder of what the verse was that we talked about at youth group that Sunday. Parents, you can put this on your phone, or you can encourage your kids to put it on their phone to keep them thinking about what the point was that we talked about. In this past week, we talked about Ephesians 4:29 and how that verse says that we should not let any unwholesome, or rotten is what that word means in the Greek, don't let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only that which is useful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. We want to take off the old sinful nature that is steeped in just unwholesome and unhelpful, sarcastic, biting criticism. We want to take that off with our old nature, and we want to put on the new nature of Christ and use words that are full of encouragement, gratitude, contentment, and building others up so that it might benefit those who listen. I'm praying for you all parents. I love you. I know that it can be tough sometimes to parent teenagers, but I'm here for you. If there's any way that I can be helpful to you as parents on this journey of discipling your kids, please let me know.